Today we are going to discuss the chromatic scale and how it pertains to the bass guitar. So a lot of people, a lot of players I know, they have a great working knowledge of the bass, and they have plenty of fundamentals to pull from, but I hope this will just shed some light on the player who wants to just kind of take it to the next level, learn a little bit more about the bass, and expand their playing that way. So today we're going to deal solely with notes on the E string. So I'll start with that low E string, and we're going to talk about the letter names of the notes and the fret numbers that correspond with those letter names. We're going to start with the open E string, and we will end on the 12th fret on the E string, which is its octave, and I'll discuss that a little bit later. So our open E string, letter E. First fret on the E string, that's the letter F. The second fret is called an F sharp. Third fret is G. Fourth fret is G sharp. Fifth fret is A. Sixth fret, A sharp. Seventh fret is B. Eighth fret, C. Ninth fret, C sharp. 10th fret, D. 11th fret, D sharp. And then 12th fret, we are back to a letter E, which is considered the octave higher. Now notice I was using the what we call sharps as we ascended through the scale, as the pitches got higher. So now I'm going to start here on the E string, and as I descend, the pitches are going to get lower, and I'm going to use what we call flats. So you have E, 11th fret, E flat, 10th fret D, D flat, 9th fret, 8th fret is C, 7th fret is B, 6th fret B flat, 5th fret A, 4th fret A flat, 3rd fret G, 2nd fret F sharp, 1st fret F, and then back to the E string. So one good way to think about it is when you ascend, think of sharps. When you descend, think of flats. And another good thing to do, just go ahead and get a little rhythm going. And what I'll do is I'll ascend through the scale and then descend through the scale. And each pitch will get 2 beats. And I'll say the letter name out loud as I play. So 1, 2, 3, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E. Now when we descend, think of the flats. E, E flat, D, D flat, C, B, B flat, A flat, G, G flat, F, then we're open E. So it's really good to go through and get the letter names of the notes in your brain as it pertains to the bass. Also think of the numbers of the frets too. So for example, 1st fret, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, 4th fret, 5th fret. So it's good to know the letter names if you need it in your particular situation. It's very good to know the fret numbers as well, just to be as versatile player as possible. Just learn as many different ways to play this as you can. And another thing you can do, which is really good warm-up, is to just play these patterns of notes in different ways. For example, so I'm just going up in patterns of 4 notes. And now I'm thinking of letter names as I go up this time. So here on B, B, C, C sharp, D, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, D, D sharp, E, F, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, back to E. And you can, like I said, you can move these patterns anywhere on the bass. Descending, possibly this is one example. E, E flat, D, D flat, D flat, D, D flat. So just for example, just think of the letter names as you descend, staying with the metronome. And again, just an example here. And those were just all steady notes. Maybe you could use a rhythm such as anything along those lines. Now, a couple things about the chromatic scale and letter names. For example, when we do B, and you play B to C, for example on this E string, we're just saying on the E string right now, B is the 7th fret and C is the 8th fret. When I was going up, I was using the term sharp for some of the notes, and on the way down I was using the term flat. Now, since B and C are half step apart, they're adjacent to one another. When you take a note, for example B, and you move it up a half step to the 8th fret, that technically is a B sharp. That note does exist. It's not very common in a lot of music, but it does exist. Just as, here's 8th fret C, if you take that down a fret, half step, that becomes C flat. So, for example, just as A sharp and B flat are on the 6th fret, B sharp and C natural are the same note. Those are on the 8th fret. C flat and B natural are the 7th fret. So you can include those notes when you play. Like I said, not too common of notes, but they do exist, and so it's best to learn those just in case you need them in your situation. And then E and F are the other half steps. So E and F. So technically, the 1st fret on the E string can also be considered E sharp, and then the open E string is also technically an F flat. So those are 4 notes: the F flat, the E sharp, the C flat, and the B sharp. And like I said, they don't exist. They do exist, and they don't come around too often. But it's just best to know those notes to be the best bass player that you can be. And so just up the neck: E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E. Back down, think of the flats: E, E flat, D, D flat, C, B, B flat, A flat, G, G flat, F, and E. And you can practice at different tempos, different rhythms, and possibly 2 notes per pitch. Stopping right there. The 8th fret, remember the 8th fret is a B sharp. 7th fret can be a C flat. So I hope this would shed some light, like I was saying, on kind of discovering the notes on the bass. And you can transfer this exercise, this knowledge, to everywhere on the fretboard. So I hope you enjoy this, and I will see you next time. Cheers.